All right, just 2 seconds of your time. So what if you wake up, you got a sore throat, you got a fever, and you wake up with it, and you don't want to miss work. You can't miss work. You got to call your doctor. You're not going to get an appointment, or you're going to waste your time at urgent care. Why would you do that if you could just go to your cabinet, you open up your medical emergency kit from the wellness company, and you match your symptoms to the doctor recommended guidebook, and you start treatment immediately. It's really that simple. It's not a first aid kit. It's a mini urgent care. It's at your fingertips. Now, inside, you have 8 core medications, including ivermectin, generic Z-Pak, amoxicillin. There's more. It covers over 30 common conditions when hospital doctors are not available. There's no waiting rooms. There's no pharmacy lines. It's just you right to the medicine when you need it. I keep it in my home. I think everyone should keep it in their home. And you don't have to worry about expiration dates because a U.S. military study published in National Library of Medicine, 90% of 100 of the Plus Core meds remain safe after up to 15 years and beyond. I know that I've used a med kit that was 5 years old, and it worked out when we went to Costa Rica and when we went to Tanzania. So ordering is as simple at checkout. Just you complete a short form, and a licensed doctor will review and fill your prescriptions. Your kit arrives, it's about a week, so be prepared. You're going to save yourself time and money. The medical emergency kit puts urgent care in your hands. You head to twc.health/Jim and use the code JIM to save you $45 off, and it's free shipping. Don't let illness catch you off guard. Don't let this happen to you like it's happened to me a million times on vacation with my kids. You go to twc.health/Jim, use the code JIM. You're going to save $45 off plus free shipping. Kits available in the U.S. residents only. Be prepared with medical emergency kit from the wellness company. Visit www.twc.health/Jim. Use the code JIM. Save $45 off. Free shipping. USA residents only. Go get it now. I do. I have many of them. What's up, everybody? What's up? What do we got? We got YouTube. We got Meta World. We have X. We have Rumble. Am I leaving anyone out? Yeah, Facebook, Instagram. Are we Instagram too? No? Why not? They don't allow. They won't. We can't stream. Really? Oh, I'm sorry, Instagram. Well, you're not there, so I'm not apologizing. Yeah, so new intro. I got to say the intro, you did a great job, Ryan. Ryan, yeah, you did a good job. You know, it's really funny. These guys just discovered, and many of you too, that I actually did music with people. I forgot. I don't know how that. We hooked up today. We're talking about things, and you guys were all like, "Hey, man, you about the guy who climbed the tower? And they couldn't," which we'll get into. We'll get into all that. Is there a delay? Because when I watch this, there's a delay. It doesn't matter. I guess it's all good. It's all good. How did that even come up today? So we were, first of all, we were doing. I did a show here in Naples in a theater downtown on Fifth Avenue. And from that show, you know, I didn't do stand-up for a while, so I did some stand-up, and it was a benefit. And I did stories. There were 2 stories and stand-up bits that I was trying out. And it was funny, a lot of these, the kids here, they haven't seen the Long Live Paint story, all right? Which murdered that night. Just murdered. As I was telling it was probably one of the best that I've ever told it. And out of nowhere, Ryan, who's on the other side of the computer here, he's like, "Listen, I know we talked about doing this series and all that, but check this out." And he shows me a whole new series that we're working on from my stories, and I was like, oh my God, this. And I told you, it got de-approved. From when my wife saw it, she was to see my wife belly laughing at anything I do. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that. She laughs. She's just she just asks questions that I don't want, if that makes sense. Like I'll come home like, yeah, I did this bit, and she's like, yeah, I guess it must have been funny when you were there. Oh, man, it's just good. But I came home, I'm like, Dee, I want to show you this animation thing that they put together. It is, and then today we were doing the final touches. When are we thinking about launching that? Ish. Like end of spring?
No,
Mid-February.
Yeah.
While I'm on tour.
Probably, yeah.
Wow.
Mid-February, early March.
Wow. Okay. Oh.
We got a bunch more that we got.
We do have a lot more. Yeah. We have the Ozzy story that I did that night.
Yep.
Right? With me and Ozzy on the jet together.
We were talking about
I know what I was talking about.
Billy Joel too.
So today, I tell these guys, I go, I got another story. I say, do you know the Billy Joel story? And they're like, what is the Billy Joel story? I said, it's my daughter's 16th birthday, and then she wanted to go see Billy Joel. And while I called my agent, and I had no clue that we have the same agency. And he goes, wow, what show you want to see? I said, it doesn't matter. My daughter's turned 16. She wants to see Billy Joel. He's a legend. And he goes, I'll get back to you. And he gets back to me, and he goes, I got 3 tickets for you. Your daughter's turned 16, your wife, his thing. And I went, oh, great. So these guys have like no clue where I'm going with this. And they're just like, oh, wow, okay, Jim's going to a concert. This sounds fun. And so I remember I got to go in the artist entrance, right? So I go in the art. Mike, you don't know this one, do you? You have no clue. This is great. So I go in the artist entrance at Madison Square Garden. Billy Joel's doing shows once a month at the time. This is like 2017. I do remember it was March. It was either 16 or 17. And so I go in there, and the head agent comes over. We're at our seats. The seats are sick. They're sick. And as I'm sitting there, the agent comes over. He goes, hey, good seats? I went, yeah. And I told my daughter, this is the guy who set us up. He said, oh, thank you so much. And he goes, happy birthday. He goes, you want to come back and meet Billy? Now these guys are like, oh my God, dude, meeting Billy Joel, and I didn't even know they would know Billy Joel. To be honest with you, do you really know? Yeah. Okay, all right. Mike, no clue.
I used to set up tents at his house before.
You used to set up tents.
I worked at a company where they sold big tents.
So you worked at a tent company. Oh, and you do tents for Billy Joel?
Go set them up in the backyard.
You set tents up in Billy Joel's backyard.
Yeah, slave work, but.
So did you ever get to, are we able to see Mike or no? It's okay. Did you ever see Billy Joel?
Yes. A couple times at his house, once at the bagel store nearby, and I don't know if I can. He's kind of an asshole.
What did he say? What did he say? What? What?
Yeah.
We're not gonna make this into a clip. Okay? We're not gonna make this part into a clip. Once you see it live, you're like, why do you say that?
No, I'm half joking, but so I guess when you get to a certain level of famous,
Yes.
so there's a very long line out the door in the bagel store.
Yes.
So he came in,
Yeah.
there's 20 people like around the corner. He just cuts the whole thing and goes straight to the front. Fair enough, it's Billy Joel. The guy at the front didn't like it very much.
So okay, hold on. So you're telling me there's a line out the door for here. Okay, here we go. Yeah, Billy. Yeah, go over here so people can see you. So there's a lot. There's a
I
bagel.
take it back, Billy.
Okay,
Sorry.
there's a bagel store. Line is out the door.
Out the door.
And Billy Joel shows up,
Cuts the line.
goes to the front. No offense. It's
Oyster Bay.
We got a legend. He's standing on line, for a bagel. I'm sorry, Billy Joel doesn't have to wait a line for a bagel. And not only that, okay, go ahead. So he goes in front, and the guy in the front,
He's
not having it.
Was not having it.
what is he doing? Is he like?
He was going like, just because you're Billy Joel doesn't mean you can cut the line. There's 20 people waiting, And then Billy Joel didn't like that. So they're like, it
What
ended.
does Billy Joel say to the guy? Do you remember?
Nah, he was just kind of like caught off guard. He didn't like say anything. He was just like,
No,
Billy
Billy didn't,
brother.
He didn't go to the end of the line, right? He stayed in the front.
He got his bagel.
Yeah, he got his bagel.
He got his bagel.
Of course he got his bagel. Okay. All right. Well, listen. In my opinion, Billy Joel is not going to the end of a line at a bagel store in Long Island when he put Long Island on the map with half his songs. Listen, don't look at me like that. Here's the reason why Billy Joel's not going to. First of all, the man cannot go in public. Everyone knows when you see Billy Joel, you're like, oh my God, it's Billy Joel. So now you have people, hey, can I take a picture? Hey, can I have a video? And he's just standing, he's like, I just want. And they're like, when you sing this, sing me a song of your own. He's like, it's 7:15 a.m. and he just wants lox and bagels. And so I have no problem with Billy Joel cutting the line. Zero problem.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
Okay.
He was also always super nice when we were setting up the tents. This
Okay,
was just,
see?
yeah.
He was super nice.
Super
All right,
nice,
you just
super
didn't like it at the time. He cut the...
The bag, it was a whole...
Okay.
It's like just because you're famous, like I can get my bagel too.
Okay. I get it. And there's different levels of fame too, or there's different levels of in the public eye. Like for me, I'm standing in line. Nobody's running up to me going, "Sing me a song!" Oh my God! It's Tim Breuer! Let's take a picture. I love you 30 years ago. Do the goat. No one's doing that, so I gotta wait in line.
That's what happened to you at Ocean Prime that night.
Ocean Prime?
Yes, on Fifth Avenue.
Yes.
We're standing out there with Moose and Ira and who else I played that night at
Jay and that crew.
And we're standing out front, and
Yeah.
a lady walked by and stopped and went, "Oh my God, you're that guy."
Yes.
And she went, "You're Jim Breuer," and you were very nice.
Yeah.
And then she walked with and came back and asked for a picture. And if you recall what happened, everybody else is standing there going, "Do you recognize any of us?"
I do. I sort of remember that, and I always just take the picture and I go, psst, psst, and then, I do remember that to a degree.
Yeah.
But who's taking a picture with Chris the lawyer? I mean, who's gonna go? Are you Chris Lombardo, the lawyer? You're the guy that lawyers things. You're the guy. It's him. Didn't I see you cut the bagel store? You cut the bagel store.
Because I represent the bagel guy.
You're at the bagel. Yeah, all right.
I'm bagel famous.
Right. So okay. Back to Billy. I'm good. I know where I'm at. I'm telling you about Billy Joel here. I had to defend Billy Joel getting thrown under her bus for cutting a bagel store. And not for nothing, for the guy who was in the front line, what do you care? You're 10 seconds away from your bagel being handled. If you're like number 32, hey, who is that? Most likely, like, who is this little midget walking up? Yeah. Oh, it's Billy Joel. Oh, are you serious right now? All right. Wait a minute. Or is that Chris Lombardo, the lawyer? That's the guy in Naples who's a lawyer. He was in front of Ocean Prime on Fifth Avenue. That's the guy. So check this out. So I'm telling this to these guys, and they have no. And I went, all right. So we're there, and the agent goes, "Hey, do you want to come back and say hello to Billy Joel?" And I listen. I don't geek out. I met everybody. I feel like I met everyone I want to meet. Everybody. So I go, yeah, let's go. Now, listen, I'm also going to say I had 2 vodka martinis, okay? So I'm a little like, hey, okay, let's go meet him. Okay, so we walk in. Now, this is the best way to describe it. He's like, we walk in the room, right, like this, and he's kind of over there, and he's on a computer. He's sitting there on a computer. Now, granted, this is the 50th anniversary that he's done a residency. So he's done 50 straight months. This is the 50th month. My agent even said, you're going to want to go on the 50th because you never know who's going to pop up on stage with him. Tell your daughter Post Malone is in town. And I went, who is that? Now we're talking 2017. I don't know who posted me. And he goes, the guy with the tattoos on his face. I'm like, why? He goes, trust me, she'll know. And I remember going to my daughter. I went, have you heard of Post Malone? She's like, oh my God, yeah. I'm like, oh, all right. Well, he may pop on stage. Oh yeah. All right. So we go backstage, and Billy Joel's on his computer, and the agent's like, hey man, Jim Breuer's over there. And, he's like, yeah, 1 second. And then I went, dude, I don't want to. He goes, no, Billy, Jim's really good. So Billy Joel kind of looks up, and he goes, oh, hey. He's super chill, super relaxed, right? And he shuts his computer, click. And he goes, hey, what are you just coming here for the show? And I went, actually, it's my daughter's 16th birthday, and out of all the things she wanted to do for her 16th birthday, she wanted to come see you live. He looks up to her and goes, oh, sweetheart, you got to get a life. And, we crack up. It's really fun. And then I go, I know, that's what I told her. She's never seen you before. This is my 7th time seeing you. And then he goes, scratch that. Your father, he's got to get a life. 7 times? Why would you come see me 7 times? I'm like, dude, you're a legend, mother. Then he goes like this. He goes, I heard you do AC/DC. And I went, I knew the singer. I've met the singer a bunch of times. Brian Johnson, he talked like this, like a pirate, my son. And he goes, yeah, he says me son. That's funny. He definitely says me son. He goes, so do you want to come up on stage and do a song tonight? What are you talking about? And he goes, just jump up and we'll do an AC/DC song. And I went, I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't know if shouldn't we rehearse? Like, what if I don't remember the lyrics? I mean, tonight. And he goes, you know what? Yeah, we should have rehearsed. And he starts talking to, I can't remember if it was band members or whatever. And he goes, we should have him come in. I tell you what, why don't you learn the song? All right, go learn Shook Me All Night Long. You come back, you rehearse with the band, and when you feel comfortable, I'll come out and I'll rehearse with you, and then we'll do it live that night. You into that? Yeah, sure. Great. So now we walk in this other room. I'm already texting. I'm like, dude, I'm singing with Billy Joel. He just asked me. I'm already on the phone with my friends. Like, oh my God, when are you doing it? I don't know. I'm gonna pick a date. So as we're hanging, they said you can hang out backstage. We're hanging up our coats, and the show's starting real soon. And Tommy, his guitarist Tommy comes, right? This guy Tommy comes in the back, and I've known him from Long Island, and he goes, Breuer, what are you doing? You're not going to do Shook Me All Night Long tonight? Are you crazy? It's the 50th anniversary. Why are you not doing tonight? I'm like, Tommy, listen, first of all, I can't go. There's 20,000 people out there for Billy Joel. I can't just walk up like, hey, check me out. It's not going to work. He goes, what are you talking about? Why wouldn't you do it? I said, listen, I don't know if I'm going to know all the lyrics. He goes, it doesn't matter. There's monitors all over the place. There's monitors all over the stage. Matter of fact, in the back of the arena, if you're on stage, you look in the back of Madison Square Garden, it's a big screen, and it has all the tell you what, let's say you get lost on stage and you're in the middle of the song. If you go to the piano, just hang out with Billy, pretend you're his buddy. Right on the piano is the lyrics, right there. You think he can remember half these songs? He's sitting there. The guy's like, boys is 75. He's right there, sing me a song, big letter, sing me a song, a piano, all right? So he goes, you got to do it tonight. I went, listen. Even he said, we should rehearse. He goes, he don't care. I'll go ask him. I went, no, don't. No, we're set. He goes, no, you don't want to come back for the 57 show or the 60. Tonight's the 50th. This is the special one. This is where the press is. You do it tonight. And he leaves. And my wife looks at me and she goes, are you really thinking about doing this? I went, no. There's no way I'm going to sing. There's no way. I'm not doing that. So all of a sudden, Tommy comes back and he goes, Breuer, I talked to him. He's totally into it. And I said, no. He goes, no. And he calls the road manager over, right? Or whoever, the stage manager. He's like, okay, you're going up after New York State of Mind. He's not going to do this one. He's not going to do this. So you'll come up right into it. You're going to crush it tonight. You're going to crush it. And I went, I don't know if this is a good idea. He goes, just remember, you're going to be fine. And he takes off. And I'm like, Am I really gonna go on stage tonight? And my wife's sitting there going, I would really start praying about this. Because she's the Jesus person. So she's like, you should find somewhere to pray. So we get in our seats. I'm not exaggerating. My daughter's singing, the whole time had to be a solid hour that he's just doing hit after hit. I don't remember any of the concert. I just remember looking at the lyrics going, she was a fast machine, she kept her motor clean, and God damn it, she was a fast machine. While I was hyperventilating, trying to know even though I sung this a million times, I've sung it at weddings, I've sung it at karaoke, I've had my shirt off at weddings. She was a fast machine. You remember Ira Dean when he came on the show? I sang it at his wedding. She was a fast machine. All right, but now this is 20,000 people in Madison Square Garden. They're waiting for Post Malone or Bon Jovi or whoever to show up. And while I'm looking at the lyrics, the guy comes with headphones like, Breuer, let's go. You're next. I just remember standing up and my wife goes, pray. Pray. So you can't even make this up. So now I'm behind the stage and I'm looking at Billy and he's singing. And now when I'm nervous, I'm really I don't talk. I'm a little snippy, and I can't remember the last time I was nervous in my life. I don't get nervous, but I'm out of my element here, and I'm looking for the monitors, and I don't really see lyrics. I'm a little freaking out. Now, New York, they know me very well. And the stage manager starts talking to me. He's like, so Breuer, what do you think of the New York Mets and this manager? I mean, this guy, you think this is the right move? This guy, if they trade for so-and-so. And I'm just like, okay, I don't want to talk about the Mets right now. And he continues, he goes, if we trade this guy, how would you do the lineup? And I'm just I said, when is he introducing me? He's like, are you nervous right now? I went, yeah, no, I'm a little, he's like, Breuer's nervous. He's on the walkie-talkie. Breuer's nervous right now. He goes, do you need anything? You need a drink? I said, no, I don't need a drink. He goes, I love it. He goes, if you think you were nervous, that's nothing. Miley Cyrus was here. How many drinks did Miley need? She kept saying, I'm singing with a legend. I can't believe I'm doing this. And I'm like, this is not helping. And then all of a sudden, Billy Joel goes just like this. He goes, now I only see the back of his head, and I'm looking, where am I walking out? He goes, grabs the mic, he goes, so we have a special guest tonight. And when he said that, the entire everybody stood up, and this is all you saw. Oh my God! These are 20,000 phones like, oh God, Billy Joel, he's got a special guest. Who can it be? And I remember looking, going like, oh boy. They're going to be really disappointed. Yeah, this is not Paul McCartney. This is not Elton John. They're not going to be happy when I come out. And so he goes, this is what he says. He's really not known as a singer. And then he looks at his guitar playing, he goes, this is a really tough song to pull off. He goes, this is a tough one. This is a tough one. You may know him as Go Boy, and I'm in the back going, Go Boy? They're waiting for Paul McCartney. My daughter's waiting for Post Malone, and here's Go Boy. How about a little for you? Right? So he goes, please welcome, let's see if he can pull it off. Please welcome Jim Breuer. And I'm not going to lie to you. I had a plan. I was gonna walk out, and I was gonna get the crowd on my side, right? Don't play the music part if you're gonna look at and that's another thing. I totally forgot. People are gonna be videotaping this, so I'm like, oh boy, this is, woo, yeah. People are gonna be watching this forever and ever and ever. So as I'm doing this, I come out, and I was going to say, hey, everybody, I just want to thank Billy Joel. Congratulations on the 50th straight month here at Madison Square Garden. And to be honest with you, my daughter is sitting right over there in that section. It's her 16th birthday. And out of all the things she wanted to do for her 16th birthday, she wanted to see Billy Joel. And I knew the crowd like, they're going to go nuts. And now I have them. Doesn't matter if I suck. Doesn't matter. I'm a good guy. I brought my daughter. Well, all that goes right out the window. So I walk out, and Billy kind of moves to the side. So I walk out by myself, right? I'm just like, hey. And you can see I'm just like, oh, boy, I don't know how this is going to go. And two things that were working for me. A, I've been practicing to be a rock star my whole life. My whole life, even to this day, if there ever was some kind of hidden camera on my home, you will see me, mostly when my wife's not home, in my backyard with headphones. Just sold out whatever concert I'm doing with my headphones on. Well, I get out there and I squat like a rock star, right? And I'm hovering over the what do you call it? The monitor, right? Now, I'm convinced to this day that place thought I was the guy that sang "Shook Me All Night Long." It made no sense. It made no sense that Jim Breuer, the Go Boy, goes walking out. When I tell you the whole arena stood up on every level, and that's when I remember seeing everyone standing, and chicks were running to the front. You know, they're all like 75, 80, but it doesn't matter. It's exciting, right? So I'm hovering, and I'm doing good, man. I'm pointing. I'm like, she was a fan. I'm not gonna lie to you. I crushed it. Right? But what I'm really doing, which you can watch when you see the video, is I'm kind of trying to point because my eyes are reading the monitors. I'm reading the monitors the whole time. And at one point, I go to leave the monitor, but I kind of before I run to the other one, I kind of look just to make sure if I don't make it to the other monitor, I know the words. So I crushed the song. I crushed the song. And the funny part is when the song ends, crowd is like, the crowd goes nuts. Billy Joel's, I got a great picture of me and Billy Joel. As I'm leaving, Tommy Burns, the guitar player, comes running up to me, and you'll see him when you watch the YouTube video. He grabs me, and he goes, dude, you crushed it, man. You saved my ass, dude. Like, you crushed it, right? So I go back. But here's what I tell everyone. And by the way, phones blowing up because Twitter was huge. Everyone there is tweeting. It's through the roof. Just people are losing their minds. But now the show's over, and I have to go to the garage, a parking garage in New York City, to get my car right next to Madison Square Garden. So I don't, and I'm sitting there just with the patrons, and they're like, "Aren't you the guy? Aren't you the lawyer in front of Ocean Prime? That's you, right?" And I'm like, yeah, that was me. And like taking pictures of me, like, dude, oh my God, the guy who shook me all night long. And some people literally going, yeah, dude, what's the guy from AC/DC? I'm like, no, that's not me. I just sang that song. It wasn't me though. I sang the song. And it was so embarrassing because they're all waiting for my car to show up. And my Honda Insight, I swear to God, my Honda Insight comes rolling up, and they're like, dude, really disappointed. Is that seriously your car? And I'm like, it's a rental. It's a rental. Don't you worry about it. So I go home, and, my head's swelled. I keep reliving it as I go to sleep. And so many times, and I think so many times in life, we have a moment. Everyone has whatever in your little life, in our little lives, we have Billy Joel moments, whatever that is. You had a moment in life. But sometimes we try to hold on to that moment. So the next morning, I will never forget, I'm still on a high from singing in front of 20,000 people. And I'm getting morning radio. Oh, dude, we gotta talk to you. I heard you were Billy Joel. So I'm doing morning radio. I'm in the street, but I'll never forget this sad moment. It's like in March, and I'm walking down my long driveway because my wife is going. She's yelling at me from the garage going, you need to put a sticker on the garage because you didn't put a sticker last week and they didn't take it, Jim. Is there a sticker? So I put a sticker, and it's like, the night before, I'm in front of 20,000 people, killing it, crushing on Twitter. Now I'm just dragging a garbage pail at 7 a.m. to my curb, putting a sticker on. I got my 2 kids going, Dad, while I'm doing radio interviews, and they're yelling at me going, Dad, we're going to be late for work. Late for school, right? So I drive them to school. This was the funniest part, which I just don't even think about. So on Sundays, my middle daughter and I, which we just did this past weekend, we do a Sunday sauce day. So we'll make Italian food, and we'll talk in character one another. And she'd be like, hey, a whole time. It drives my wife nuts. And we play Sinatra and Dean Martin and the Goodfellas soundtrack and all the music from that era, right? And so we'll sit there like, gotta put some more cheese in there, or maybe a little garlic, and she'll yell at me, why you mean no garlic? I put a whole clove of garlic in there, you thought a minute, I'm like, don't you talk your father away. So we do this, I swear to God, this is the relationship between me and my middle daughter that I brought to the concert, right? And so I remember during that day, this is like 3 weeks later, she was, Dad, I got to tell you, that night you sang at the Billy Joel show, that was, I was really, really nervous. And I went, how do you think you were nervous? How do you think I felt? I didn't rehearse. I just popped up on the stage. She goes, yeah, no, I know that, but you didn't have to go to school next day if you sucked. I would have never even thought of that. So long story short, I'm telling these guys that story today, and they're like, we gotta animate that. And so that'll be one of the stories. We have a really cool animation series coming out soon, but we decided that has to be now. I'm gonna have to tell it live though. I did start to tell it live. I've told it live a couple times, a handful of times. So on this show, on this tour, there'll be a couple nights at the end of the show where I'll say, hey, we're gonna film a story right here, and you guys get to be part of the story, and you're live at the track, and then we're going to be animating those stories. So that I'm pretty excited about at the end of these tours. Now, speaking of the tour, Dallas, Texas. Are you awake? Who's promoting the Majestic Theater? Listen, it's one of my favorite places. I don't know who's promoting the Majestic Theater in Dallas, Texas, but do you know that tickets are on sale? Did you tell the public tickets are on sale? Listen, if you know anyone in Texas, I'm coming there. Okay? Let the Majestic Theater know. Go to JimBreuer.com. Tell everyone in Dallas, Fort Worth, I will be playing the Majestic Theater on February 22nd. If you were to go, and there's plenty of seats. Plenty of seats. You don't have to worry. You could probably sit on stage at this moment. Yeah, you can sing, we can do Billy Joe song, whatever it is. Come on up. Also, Cedar Park, Texas, which I think is Austin. It's near Austin? Yeah. Yeah, Austin, Texas, the hot spot. And that's February 23rd. And Colorado Springs, which is really interesting. I usually sell out immediately in Colorado. And for some reason, February 27th, I'm at the Pikes Peak Center. Then I'll be in California for a bit. LA, the Novo, March 4th. Rancho Mirage, the Aqua Caliente Casino Resort Spa. I don't know why I did that Spanish. It sounds Spanish to me. Caliente, I don't know, caliente. Aqua Caliente, water, whatever. I'll be there. Vegas, I'll be in Vegas. And then Denver, probably one of my favorite places to play in the country, Denver, Colorado. I'm at the Paramount, March 11th. Omaha! Dude, I'm not going to go. I wanted to go to Omaha, Kansas City, and Evansville, Indiana. And my agents were like, why would you want to go there? I'm like, because I want to hit those areas. Well, you better step it up. Or the Paramount in Denver, Astro Theater. It's March 12th. Get your tickets now. Uptown Theater, March 14th. In Evansville, Indiana, the Victory Theater, March 15th. Yeah, and great responses from the Kill Tony episode. So Mike here, he watches Kill Tony, and he goes, look at you concentrating on not looking. I don't even remember her name, but yeah, that was brutal. That was, first of all, my wife, that's another thing. She'll go, how was the show? I went, it was great. Yeah? Like, where can I watch it? I went, YouTube. I know she's not going to watch. She's not going to watch it. But that chick, she's the server. I saw her sitting backstage. Whenever there's a knockout, wow, I do everything I can just to, I look the other way. Because I'm also at the age where I'm like 58. I'm like old perverted guy. You know, if I'm like 40, or if I'm like a Tony Hinchcliffe, or whoever, young comic checking you out, different story. 58-year-old man just going, wow, oh man. If I was 20 years younger, I'd be on that like a big dog. I tell you what, right now, like, you know what I mean? So
20 years older than Naples.
correct. Or well, actually, Naples doesn't count. You got everything flying over here. So with that, it does. You never know. Naples, Florida is the only place where you go, is that a father-daughter or? I don't know. Would you let? Yeah, is that grandpa daughter? Right, grandpa daughter. Is that great grandpa daughter? So she comes over and she's like, "What are you drinking tonight?" I'm like, gee, I was just gonna have a club soda, you know. Like, she like a lemon and lime, whatever you put in it. Whatever you put in it. And sure enough, she would come over and she's like, here's your extra club soda. And I was just going, yep, okay, thank you. Don't need my wife looking at this part of the show. Yeah, no, she's very, very attractive woman. Unbelievable results from Kill Tony. I'm not going to lie to you. I told you last week I didn't know. I felt like I hit a groove halfway in, and I'd be a liar if I said, "Oh God, don't check the messages today. Don't check the messages today." Every single one has been over the top positive. I had a guy, in the mornings I go to a coffee shop. It's called Bean to Cup. It's on Bayshore, a little mom and pop shop, crushing it. And today, this guy walks in, and he goes, God, I wish I remember his name. I apologize for not remembering his name for him in case he says he watches, so I apologize to you. He comes walking up to him, and he goes, hey, I know I haven't introduced you myself. He goes, but I was at the Naples Theater, and I paid for a VIP ticket to meet you. And I was like, oh, yeah, I kind of remember. He goes, oh, my God. I'm the biggest Kill Tony fan, and I watched you, and like, oh my God, it was and he was going over everything I said, not just like good and basic. Oh my God, when the Asian girl was up there, and you did, oh God, you said the dragon, and oh my God, he does look like Ron Howard, the guy. So he's going on and on. He's like, please tell me you go back on there, and I will tell you this. Tony did say, hey man, come back again. And I will tell you this, I will reach out and say, Tony, if that door is open, I'd love to be part of it. Because I'm telling you right now, that is the greatest format for young comics that I've seen. Do you understand something? I've watched Rodney Dangerfield specials way back in the day. I watched Evening at the Improvs. I've watched all these shows. This is the only show where you can watch open mic stand-up comics. Now, some of them aren't open mic, or some of them are, let's say, somewhat seasoned comedians, but they don't have exposure. They're playing in Evansville, Indiana. Or Omaha, Nebraska, or, and they don't have a chance. So to get on this is huge for them. And I haven't seen a format like this maybe in my lifetime. Matter of fact, I had a couple friends come up to me today, and they said, I've never watched the show. I just thought it was just people trashing each other. He goes, this one was funny, and that was really funny. He goes, it was really good. I said, yeah, and you get to watch someone come on, and if you follow them, and they, like I said, the one guy's on Saturday Night Live. So anyway, I won't, thank you to the Kill Tony show. I had a great time, and hopefully I'll be back. We'll take it from there. Now, You know what was really cool about it too? I was telling these guys, it reminded me years and years and years ago, I was on Sirius XM radio before Howard Stern was there. I walked in there and I went, hey, I want to do a show with my best friends. And showed them the format. We did it, and it was a lot of fun. And I would constantly go to Sirius XM. We'd film in studio stuff, and we'd want to do events. And I said, we should really make this a half-hour show where we do the radio show, and then we film and we do the best of, and we sell it to Comedy Central, or we sell it over there. Or you guys, and I just remember the owner of Sirius XM back then going, "Well, we kind of pride ourselves on being the HBO for radio, and I do, visual is not our thing." And like, oh my God, you guys are dropping the ball. And then as time went on, now everyone films the radio shows. But with that said, and listen. As my wife would always say, God has you right where he wants you. I remember what this format reminded me of, what he does. It's not the same thing. It's totally, but we did a thing called comedy covers. And I always wondered if this would work again. We would do it at Caroline's on Broadway. Me and Pete Corielli. Pete Corielli he opens for Sebastian Maniscalco. And me and Pete Corielli would do comedy covers. And we had a panel. So we'd have me, Pete, the two guys from our show, my friend Jimmy Shaka and my friend Larry. Thanks for turning the fan off now, halfway through the show. I mean, I didn't realize it was on until now when you turned it off. I hope people at home weren't going, what is that? What is that sound in the background? So what we used to do is imagine this. We would sit in the panel at the comedy club, and comedians and some actors, not big actors, but actors, lower level actors. The thing was, like, if you wanted to go up and do a bit, but you can do someone else's bit. So I would always encourage a name, like someone, like, hey, like one guy would come up. I didn't know Woody Allen had bits. And he goes, and he was Ben Bailey. The guy's name was Ben Bailey from Cash Cab. Remember Cash Cab? Some of you, I got a story about that too. I don't know, is Cash Cab still on the air? Is it on the air? If it's not, then I could talk about it. Okay. Remind me to tell me the Cash Cab story. Let's just make sure it's still not on the air. I don't want them to like come after me.
Last season was 2019.
2019, great. Okay. So just remind me of the Cash Cab story. So we would have comics on our show all the time, just kind of talking, local comics would come on, tell stories. Dice would come on. Great comics would come on. So when we do comedy covers, it'd be a peanut gallery, me and my buddies, and once like Artie Lang back then was on Stern, he'd come on. And comics we know would go, my favorite comedian growing up was Woody Allen, and so here's a famous Woody Allen bit as if I were to do it. And he'd turn around and he'd do the bit. And I remember Ben Bailey just murdered doing this moose bit by Woody Allen. And what it did for me, it was almost like a tribute it just murdered the room. I would never listen to Woody Allen, especially now after the things he's done. But then where it got really interesting was, some people would bomb. We had a friend on there, and she was like, I picked a female comedian from 1930, and she should be famous. And she bombed horrendously, and we'd bust her chops to no end. We would just like, what did you prepare for this? Like, what were you doing? And then when it got really interesting was, comics would come on and do impressions like one of the guys, you got to think, I think Bush was president. That tells you how long ago it was. He did George Bush doing Stephen Wright jokes and just absolutely completely tore down the house. So, and I went up there, I tried Steve Martin bits. And so anyway, it was a great concept. We even started pitching it. We pitched it to Comedy Central. We pitched it to a bunch of different networks, and no one was up for it. And then I got a little. I went to Chris Rock's company and pitched it because he had a production company. And then I got a little. Listen, I can't stand Hollywood. I feel like a lot of ideas and stuff are taken. I just remember watching one night. Chris Rock go on stage. I forgot what he was doing. Maybe it was a benefit, but it was him. Stephen Wright was on, a bunch of comics. And I remember Chris Rock came on. He's like, because I got a new special coming out. That's not how he talks, but that's how I hear him. He goes, I can't do any of my material because I'm under contract, so I'm going to do some Stephen Wright material. And I sat there and went, don't even think you're going to attempt to do this idea, Chris. Oh, and bro, the next day, I wrote a letter to Chris. I'm like, dude, that was a great idea. I pitched this to your company, doing other people's material. You might want to go look at that email, Chris. So I just made sure, and I called Corey. I'm like, do you believe this dude? I'm like, dude, my lawyer's on it. But it never, no one wanted to pick it up, and it just never, people were like, well, you're dealing with lawyers, blah, blah, so it ended. So when I saw being on that set with these guys gave me that feeling of what we had way back then, the camaraderie, the laughter, and the fun, and the banter. It was freaking amazing. Once in a while, I thought about trying. I even thought, listen, I ain't gonna lie to you, it was part of me. We're like, should we run this by like these guys, or run this by another, like a Tony? But at the end of the day, I think the issue with it is, if you start doing other comedians, you're dealing with lawyer stuff where you have to pay. It's like covering a band. If they have certain bits, you got to get past licensing, and they want to get paid, and blah blah blah, and whatever. So didn't do it. But overall, it reminded me. I can't say enough good things about it. Did I tell you I'm playing Dallas, Texas? On February 22nd, and Cedar Park, Texas, February 23rd, and Colorado Springs, February 27th. Did I tell you I'll be at Denver, Colorado, March 11th, Omaha, March 12th, Kansas City. Go to jimbrewer.com for all the good stuff. Hey, how amazing that the Herbinator is trending again. My father-in-law, Herbie, he's like a little teddy bear. He just wants attention. He wears his Navy hat with all the pins because he's so into the military and everyone that's served and anyone that's a veteran. And he just loves his wife, and the family's always like, you're not wearing that hat to dinner, are you? And I take it off. He just wants attention. I'm like, well, yeah, of course you. But he just loves talking to people. He laughs really hard. I have people at the coffee shop when we go to Bean the Cup. My one friend Doug said today, he goes, the only thing I worry about with Herb is that you're actually going to kill him. He goes, I'm not trying to be funny. Like, he really looks like he's having a hard time. I go, he is having a hard time. Dude, in the past, I would make my father-in-law laugh so hard. My wife would go, Jim, stop. You're going to kill him. Like, so let me kill him while he's laughing. What a great way to murder someone is by them laughing to death. But I'm really happy that out of all the things going on in the world, that here's Herb trying to tell jokes. He can't get through the jokes. It's beyond sincere. He's not trying. And how many views does the new Herbinator have? The last one's up to like 4 million, right?
1.7.
What?
1.7. That's just on Instagram.
On Instagram, it's on 1.7 million.
Probably got like
5 million across the board.
Herbie clip got like 10 million across all.
The last Herbie clip, 10 million. Oh, yeah, he's a.
Charge would come on the show.
For the record, too, Herbie doesn't know this. As long, God willing, everyone's health is fine, and everything's good. When I start hitting those Paramount shows in New York and the New Jersey, definitely the New Jersey shows. I'm playing New Brunswick State Theater and Englewood, New Jersey, and I'm doing, I think, Atlantic City. When I'm doing those gigs, hands down, I'm bringing out the Herbinator at the end of the show. He doesn't know it, but it's a must. And I think people are gonna love it. I'm like, hey, I don't know if you've seen him on YouTube, but the Herbinator. I gotta get shirts for him too. Like I gotta make a deal with him too. Yeah, I gotta make a deal with the Herbinator. Hey, listen, I'm gonna make shirts for you. I'll give you 4%. But yeah, I definitely, because I got your feedback. A lot of you said, please bring Herbinator on the road. He can't do all the dates, but I think he's going to do every Jersey date. And if I can get him in the Long Island shows at the Paramount, which are we allowed to? Okay.
We have 2 new dates.
We do. Are we allowed to say the 2 new dates? We have 2 new dates on the tour. 2 new dates on the tour, and we're working on one more in May. Because so many of you from Nashville are like, why aren't you in Nashville? We're doing our very best to find a venue that works for the date in Nashville, and we're trying to find but we have South Carolina, Myrtle Beach.
Going to Hanover. We got
Hanover, Pennsylvania. It is now it's on the website now?
No, not on the website now.
Tomorrow morning,
May 3rd, 2026.
May 3rd, Hanover. Is that the Eichelberg?
Eichelberg Performing Arts.
Oh, I've played there a bunch of times. The Eichelberg Performing Arts Center. Tickets go on sale tomorrow morning. Tickets are on sale probably 10 a.m. for the Eichelberg. There will be, all the venues have VIP meet and greet, by the way. So someone asked me too, they were like, dude, is this right? 2 tickets for like $200 something. He goes, am I on it? I went, no. You bought VIP. So VIP for meet and greet alone has always been $100 to $125. So you're getting that same price, you're getting a meet and greet, and you're sitting within the first couple rows, and I think we're giving you some swag too. So it's meet and greet, killer seats, swag. Carolina Opry Theater, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Tickets go on sale tomorrow morning.
Yep, May 14th.
May 14th. So tomorrow morning we have Myrtle Beach, South Carolina going on sale, and we also have Hanover, Pennsylvania going on sale tomorrow morning. The Hanover always sells out. And I played Myrtle Beach, one of my last tours, did very well. I think that's sold out too, so hopefully they sell out. Did you hear that? Dallas, Texas. And Cedar Park, Texas, and Colorado Springs, and all you guys. Okay. Now, this is what I wanted to. What time is it? It's 9:30. Huh?
Cash cab.
Cash cab. Thank you, Mike. So Ben Bailey used to come on our show all the time. Great guest. had killer stories. We used to also play dysfunctional family poker, which was awesome. Everyone basically had to tell a dysfunctional family story, and whoever wins the story wins the prize. I should bring that back. It's a great idea. Dysfunctional family story. Now, Chris, the lawyer, would you tell your own, or you'd have to be careful telling someone else's?
I've got a comment. I can tell stories about the dead now.
Oh, they're gone. Oh, we can talk about them all day. Listen. Okay. All right. I have a lot of good dysfunctional family stories. It's funny when you meet people, just in general, how many times do you meet someone and you go, oh, trust me, my family is like, we have a lot of dysfunctional stories. I always say, oh, I'll play you any day in dysfunctional family poker, and I will crush you. I'll take all the chips. And like, I don't know about that. Which just goes to tell you, everybody out there, all of you, have major dysfunctional family stories, period. Don't think you're the only one. Everyone's got them. Everyone's got them. So Ben Bailey's on the show. We're playing, and now we have this other guy who's coming on the show, this guy called Jimmy Cano, right? And Jimmy Cano had this bar in Lynbrook, New York. And he had a little stage, and that's where the Billy Joel band would go there and rehearse sometimes, all right? So he knew the guys from Billy Joel, and we'd go see Billy Joel once in a while. We would have musical events on our show. Me and Pete Corielli did a thing where we each had to write a song, and we had to find someone and we had to challenge each other with music. It was freaking. If I can find that tape, it is one of the funniest things because Pete Corielli thinks he could sing. He sounds. You talk about off key. He's on a whole different planet when he sings. So. People out there are going, can you just tell the Ben Bailey story? So Jimmy Cano comes on the show and he says, I'm selling my tavern in Lynbrook. Like, why would you do that? He goes, I'm going into acting. Really? What? He goes, I'm totally going into acting. So, all right. Keep us updated. A couple weeks later, he's like, I got an agent and I got a headshot. And we said, we want to see the headshots. He comes on the radio show. He shows us the headshots and all that jazz, right? 2 weeks later, he's like, I got my first gig. And I went, what? He goes, yup. And they said it's guaranteed television. You're guaranteed to air. That makes zero sense. You're not even... What's the show? He goes, they won't tell us. I go, you sure you're not getting, roofied and sent to another country or something? Like, what's going on? He goes, no. So we send our film guy to go tag him. Like, no. We're going to send one of our crew with you to make sure this is legit. So they go to this platform in New York. Jimmy Cano, my guy, and a bunch of people that are guaranteed to be on television. And as they're waiting on the platform, they're like, okay, everyone, blah, blah, blah. The show's about to begin, da-da-da-da-da. And up rolls a cab. Oh, yeah. And so everyone on the platform are all wannabe actors, right? So Jimmy Cano gets in the car, and Ben Bailey goes, what are you doing here, Jimmy? Because they know each other from the show. He goes, I don't know. They said I'm going to be on television. And Ben Bailey's like, cut. Yeah, this is no good. He's like, you can't tell anyone. And we couldn't tell anyone forever, but now the show's canceled, so I can tell you. Yeah, it was a little staged. And that's what I tell people. All reality television is staged. It's all staged. All of it. And it really has done a number on our society. It really has. It's frightening how it has infiltrated young people, and people think that this is none of it's reality. I remember me and Vinny Brand, who ran the Stress Factory, still runs the Stress Factory. He's very funny. He's a little deaf, so he talks like this sometimes. If you follow him on the Stress Factory, he messes with people coming in there, and he's like, yeah, do you have your passport? And people are like, why? You get tonight's passport. We don't, unless you have a passport, you can't come in. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm just messing with you. Come on, you sit over here. He's like a mix between Mr. Magoo and I don't know who else. He sounds like Mr. Magoo. So, the hell was I talking about? Why did I bring up Vinny's? Oh, so I said, Vinny Brand, there's maybe a handful of comedy clubs in this whole country that are run by family. And I said, Vinny had his kids working there, his wife's working there, his ex-family's working there. I said, and I would watch him because we were very good friends. There was one summer I played his club, I think, for like the entire summer, every Tuesday and Wednesday night, charged $10 just to work out material. Early 2000s. I said, let's film a reality show, but we'll film it as is. And we'll have the comedians come. Like, this is a great show. And I structured the whole show idea. And Vinny was like, I think we should pitch it. I'm like, we're not pitching this because that's when they ruin it. No, I think it'll be really good. So with that said, this brings in this other production company, and within 2 days, they're like, we need an argument with the bartender, and maybe we need to so-and-so to be a little more hostile. All scripted. All your news scripted. Your riots scripted. Your reality TV scripted. Your politicians scripted. Everything is scripted. Trust me. That's all I got for that subject. I ran out of the script. Script's over. Anyway, if you want to hang around for a little bit, the boys had some stuff like you brought up. I walked in here today, and the first thing they brought up was like, "Did you see the guy that climbed the building?" I said, "No. What is this?" Okay. Remember a couple of weeks ago? You were here.
What was that?
With the moon.
We landed on the moon 6 times, my friend.
We never landed on
We never landed on the moon.
Oh, please.
Oh, please. We have never landed on the moon.
How many people you need to put a production like that on, and somehow they've all kept quiet? They've all kept...
Yes. Have you seen?
Absolutely not.
All right, watch this video. Look, I'll tell you this, okay? This guy climbed the towers. Do you know what we're talking about?
I do.
Okay. What happened when he got to the top of the tower? They couldn't what? They couldn't call him. The cell service wasn't working. He was too high.
And that's why planes can't communicate. Planes flying at 30,000 feet.
It's radio.
The phone call from the president
The phone call from the president.
was a relay system that went from
A relay system.
to Houston to California, California to Australia.
Right.
Because they were above.
Right.
That's how it was relayed.
And that technology just disappeared, and it took us 40 years to get cell phones.
They used it my friend, do you think
What?
they released all the technology they have to everybody immediately? Seriously?
Well, and
All scripted when they release it.
okay, so the technology was so good in 1969 that there was no delay. He just was talking straight up to the guy on the moon. Hey, Charlie, what's up? Doing good. How are you? Hey, wait, no delay, no nothing. Just that clear. That's how fast. So you're telling me that message went that quick to the moon, right back. I was like, how you doing? I'm doing pretty good. How are you? I'm doing great. One great stuff. And it was just that fast, the communication. You're going to sell me that. And since then, we haven't been able to pull it off.
Oh, please, seriously?
Yeah.
We did it 5 more times.
5 more times? Who told you that? NASA?
All right, let me ask you. Is there a space? Is the space station up there? Is that a
Possibly, yeah. The rotating.
No, you can see it from here, right? You can watch.
Yeah, you can watch satellites go by.
Right?
Yes.
But you can see the space station from here. Do you think they can't communicate with the space station here?
They're not. They're still stuck in the firmament.
Oh.
Watch this video. Watch this video.
You're stuck in something else.
Yeah, no, I know where I'm stuck. Go ahead.
Silly and call me a conspiracy theorist, this dude Alex Honnold just climbed to the top of this massive skyscraper. And you know what's funny about this? This dude's amazing, by the way. However, when he got to the top of this skyscraper, no one could reach him because there was no service, which I just happen to find very interesting because in 1969, President Nixon just picked up the phone, dialed Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong from 239,000 kilometers away to the moon, and they just talked perfectly with no delays or anything. If you guys didn't know the official story of how NASA said that they made this happen, you gotta hear this. They said that Nixon just picked up a standard telephone, this one right here, made the phone call, but it was relayed through NASA's Advanced Communication System. This was in Houston, Texas, so Houston then transmitted Nixon's voice to the Goldstone Communication Complex, which is located in California. And they used these massive antennas that were beaming these frequencies, these radio waves, 238,000 kilometers away to the moon. Now, what's interesting about this is radio signals take approximately 1.3 seconds each way, meaning there should have been about a 2.6 second delay if this was the case. However, they were just talking normally, like I'm going to show you right now.
With the vision for the future. And thank you very much, and I look forward, all of us look forward to seeing you on the board on Thursday.
No delay, just smoke and mirrors and a fake phone call.
What do you want for
I'd like
breakfast?
to say that about 90% of people out there know that this was all bullshit, but there is still that 10% that are masked up and completely boosted that believe that this still happened. Yeah, I found all this very interesting and I just wanted to bring it to your attention.
Wait.
Because I love you guys. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to follow, smash.
Now what about the Buzz Aldrin when he's on Conan O'Brien? And he goes, what was it like going on the moon? He goes, we watched you on the moon. He goes, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. You watched animation. You ever see that video? I think he's on Conan. I think right there, Conan, not that one. Right there, Conan. Watch this. Is he trying to be funny? Watch what he says right here.
I don't want to be presumptuous
Buzz.
here. I can call you Buzz, okay?
That's a legal name. Passport,
Okay.
driver's license.
And I am Uncle Coney tonight.
Uncle Coney.
Let's talk about this, because this is fascinating. I remember very clearly, I think anybody who was alive at the time does. I remember my parents waking me up, and we went down and we watched you guys land on the moon,
No,
which
you
was...
didn't.
No, you didn't.
What?
Because there wasn't any television. There wasn't anybody taking a picture. You watched animation.
You watched
So
animation.
You associated what you saw with...
I have very hazy memories.
I know.
Well, no, but what we saw was we all were gathered around the old curved top radio and listened.
Talking about how many feet we were going to the left and right, and then I said,
Okay,
contact
we'll stop
light,
that.
and-
What do you mean?
So you couldn't watch them land on the moon.
Why not?
There wasn't a camera on the moon watching them. You saw that, what they showed you was
Right.
animation.
Right.
It was. But the reality is, and look,
What?
you honestly think that there was a film crew
Yes.
with a stage set
Yes.
that did it 6 times?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Nobody has ratted them out.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I've got some.
Do you know anyone? Do you know anyone in the military?
4 years later. It didn't start
They did Star Wars 4 years later. And did you ever see
If you ever watched the original Star Wars on a television set, you can see how hokey the animation was.
You can see how hokey that animation is. It's the hokiest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Sorry.
It's so ridiculous. Have you ever met anyone in top secret government, or you know a family member that's in there? What's the first thing they say? I just talked to my daughter. She's not allowed to tell me anything. They're not allowed to tell me anything, whether it's good or bad.
And nobody ever breaks that.
Never, because if they do, pop, pop,
Yeah.
they disappear. You know that, and I know that.
Oh, please.
Listen, we're not going to, there is no right or wrong. This is my show! My show! Chris the lawyer, not yours! We're not going to debate this because no one's ever going to prove each other right or wrong. You're always going to believe we were there. I'm always going to believe there's nowhere we was there. I don't believe anything the government says. I don't believe anything the news says. I don't believe anything our politicians say. I don't believe anything. I believe I just want to live in peace, and they lie about absolutely. What is that? Herbinator shirt? Oh, let me see. Let me see. I like that one. Hey, you know what we got to do? It's not bad. I'm not. I like the hat, and I like the. I don't want to show people because we'll get hacks making it. And we'll do the jokes on the back. We'll do a couple of jokes on the back. So anyway, we'll work on it. That's all I want to talk about today. I had a great time, even with Chris. Chris the lawyer, the Naples lawyer. If you ever need anything, should I say the place?
You can plug us if you want to.
Which, by the way, the corporation. I need my daughter is so. My daughter. I said, this is a business question. Can you please talk to Ann? She's like, I'm like, it's a business question with the lawyer firm. She's a pain in my ass with that shit. She's a pain in my ass with that stuff. I'm sure she is. She's a pain in the ass when leaking nothing out. She'll go, oh, Dad, if you knew what was going on in some of the places in Naples. I'm like, what? Can't tell you. Like, what?
All animation, Jim. It's
all animation, exactly. All right, thank you all for coming. Seriously, JimBreuer.com, Colorado, Texas, Dallas, Austin. Get your tickets, JimBreuer.com. Denver, Colorado, Paramount. Go to JimBreuer.com. Tomorrow morning, 2 new shows go on sale. Hanover, Pennsylvania, and also Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. We'll see you on the tour. We're getting very close. Thank you for all your great comments. Thank you for all your kindness. Oh, funny how God works. We filmed a new one. Oh, we did. What am I talking about? We filmed 3 new ones. Wow, 3 new funny how God works. I'm also getting that. I was in the grocery store, and people who are really into like God and like they come up to me a little like it's you have the people into comedy and they're like, can I just tell you real funny? I get this. I watched your funny how God works. I can't even tell you how God's like, okay, it's okay. It's okay. But anyway, to me, that's beautiful because I ask him what to do. I get shown what to do. And this is the greatest thanks I can ever give for how I feel God's done for me in my lifetime and my entire existence. So thank you, God, for all I have and everything. More funny how God works stuff. We've filmed 3 of them. They're on the way. And I can't wait for you to share them. JimBreuer.com for everything. Thank you send your messages, all that jazz. And we'll talk to you next week on Jim Breuer Live, wherever you are. Hey, what's up, everyone? Jim Breuer here. Tickets for my Find the Funny Tour 2026 starts in February, ends in May. Get all your tickets at JimBreuer.com. Don't go any other way because it's going to take you in areas that you didn't want to be at. JimBrewer.com. Hit the link of what city you want to go to, and I'll see you on tour. Tickets are going fast, so please, before they sell out, get your tickets now. You know, Christmas present, a little present for somebody. I'm just saying, trying to hook you up. And there's VIP. Take a picture, first couple rows. Just saying, little snap back, boom, boom, me and you. All right, JimBrewer.com.